Alright, so this is the worst known time percent, but before I do this run, this is my first ever attempt, by the way, I would like to recite a story from my youth. When I was a kid, I went to primary school. I had just been given, I was like 10 years old about this point. So my dad gave me this Swiss Army knife as a present, and I decided that I liked it so much. I remember I used it to sort of shave wood and make some sticks, and I thought it was so cool that I brought it to school in primary school to show my friends. And I was in rural Finland at the time, so no one really cared about this kind of stuff. I feel like nowadays it's a much much more delicate matter to bring knives to school, but I do remember I showed it to all my friends and they were like, "Whoa, you got a Swiss Army knife. That's so cool." And like yeah, the teacher, I remember I showed it to the teacher and the teacher was like, you're technically not allowed to do this, but like that's okay because like they didn't really care at that time. It was rural Finland. No one cared about this knife kind of stuff, and it's pretty depressing, looking at this time sort of time in the world right now, and seeing how there's school shootings all the time. I probably would not have gotten away with that in these days, bringing a knife to school just because I thought it was so cool. So it's sort of a yeah. I think that the times have definitely changed, and like it's really it's a different world than what I grew up in. The school is now closed down, and it was bought by some Scandinavian berry corporation where they hire Vietnamese people to pick berries and then they store them in my school. So my school doesn't really exist anymore, which is kind of a shame. Uh, yeah, so it's a pretty sad story in time that my childhood has kind of been lost in a way. But okay, yeah, so I need to get this worst known time real quick, and I hope I do get the world record. Uh, da, da, da. I did get the world record. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't expect that. All right, GG's.